Hello and Assalamualaikum, my bit to Miss Wanda. So today I will be doing a presentation regarding the company that I did an interview with, which is Al Salam Read. So let's start with what is Al Salam Read. First and foremost, Al Salam Read is basically a property company where they develop properties, housings, high-rise residential areas and such. So when you buy unit of trust from the Bursa Saham market, you will usually buy unit trust. But if you buy Al Salam shares from the market, you will buy um, property units, which real estate units. That is why it's called Al Salam rate, which stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. So, moving on, Asalam rate they give out their investor relations department is managed by a private company which is called the Damansara REIT. So basically, they do not manage the investor relations in house. They outsource their investor relations managers, so it can be more easily manageable by these people. So moving on. So the communication activities that is done by Asalam Read is basically uh, the normal annual grant meetings, which is conducted once every year, which is compulsory for public listed companies. Secondly, they also do quarterly meetings with their institutional investors, and they will also hold issue some press release to the public when they want to announce new prices or new placings in the stock market. So let's see, the quarterly meetings they hold usually once every quarter. That's why it's called quarterly meetings. So these meetings will only be held among the institutional investors, not for private investors, because institutional investors usually will invest more to the company compared to individual investors. As for the annual grant meeting, it is important because it's one is required by the law. Secondly, is for the organization to gain votes from the uh, shareholders. So, in my opinion, there are several strengths and weaknesses uh, for the communications and activities held by the Al Salam Investor Relations Department. So the strength is the company has their own specific group of investors that are already investing in their company, and they also have a specific target of future investors that that will invest in the company again, in their company in the future. Secondly, is that um, the investors will not have a commitment to invest in the company. Why do I say this? Because personal investors, they will usually buy the the prices, the shares from the stock market, which is managed by Bursa Saham. So the thing is, when you buy uh, stocks from this platform, you are free to buy and sell the stocks that you have. So you are not bound by any commitment with the company. So you are, if you feel like the share is going down, you can just freely sell it, or if you see potential in the share, you can just buy it with a lower price, or how you predict the share prices, the stock prices will go up and down. And that, as for the weakness for this company, is that the lack of communication with the investors that buys the shares within the stock market, within the Bursa Saham market. Why do I see this as a weakness? Is because why not, instead of having no communication with them, they should at least uh, hold a certain volume of communication with these people, because not all of the investors that buy the shares from the stock market, but to those who buy, for example, um, more than 100 million units of stocks from the market. They should establish some type of communication, some type of bond with them, so they will not easily share their stocks in the future. And then the second weakness that I see is that there is also lack of activities that is held with the investors, because the only activities that Asalam Group did with the investors is basically just the meetings, annual group meeting and the quarterly meeting, just to keep them in the loop, to make sure that they are well informed and that there are no information that is lacking from them. And then they also say that they hold meetings with economic analysts. That is all. I did not get any meetings. There is no meetings as far as I know, as far as I'm informed from the interview. They did not mention any meetings with governments, with the media. Or the media, they will only communicate with the medias when they want to issue press release. That is all. So they should work on doing much more activities with the investors, not just the meetings. Like may perhaps they can do um, a charity together as part of their corporate social responsibility. That is one of my suggestions. And then other than that, my opinions regarding Asalam rate is, overall it is a good company with sufficient amount of communication and activities with their investors for now, but they should work on, there is still room for improvements with this department, as there is as there is more as there is more chances they can grab in the future, and they can also broaden and find more investors if they take their time and invest their time with this department in the future. That is all. Thank you.